Welcome back to YouTube with the boys. We have a fantastic episode for you on Mr. Beast creating a chocolate bar.
Mystery ticket.
I want to tell you guys about my new snack company, Feastables.
Which is launching with 3 flavors, original, almond, and crunch.
Crunch is my favorite.
My favorite's almond.
Oh, nope, never mind.
They're made with only 5 ingredients, but still taste amazing.
So yes, the very Mr. Beast of YouTube, the man with 89.3 million subscribers, man, that number has gone up a lot in the past few months, has now announced in his recent video, World's Most Dangerous Escape Room, that he will be releasing a chocolate bar. So, one day ago, Mr. Beast released a video called World's Most Dangerous Escape Room. It is already at 21 million views, it's a solid video. I wouldn't say one of his best, but it's a Mr. Beast video. It does well. At least one day ago, and in the middle of it, he announced that he was creating a company called Feastables. So now I'm always intrigued by Mr. Beast's antics and where he's going, since he seems like one of the most innovative people on the platform of YouTube. So I decided to go and, check out what this meant. So, he announced this very casually, as Mr. Beast does, where he just kind of makes like a renowned product and is like, oh yeah, you guys can deal with it now. And it's called Feastables. And there are 3 different chocolate bars. There is original chocolate, quinoa crunch, and almond chocolate. Now, if this sounds like an ad, it's obviously not. I haven't tried them. I don't think I will buy them unless I see it randomly one day in the store. Maybe I'll test it for a podcast once. And then there's a variety pack. And basically, the selling points are they're supposed to be really good, obviously, because they're chocolate bars, and they only have 5 ingredients. But the extra special way that Mr. Beast has decided to introduce this company is by doing it in a Mr. Beast style fashion. So, for those who are unaware, but I hope you are, there was a movie called Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And in that movie, it's a book, Willy Wonka owns a chocolate candy company, and he does this, sweepstakes in which he releases golden tickets in his chocolate bars, and whoever gets the golden tickets will come visit his chocolate factory, and a bunch of shenanigans happen, but eventually he's trying to find out who's to pass down the factory to. It's a crazy series of events, but it's made up all the less. But Mr. Beast obviously likes to go that extra step, so he has taken this into the real life. In the sweepstakes spectacular, you can win over $1 million in prizes and offers. So there is not some golden ticket, but I'm pretty sure it's a QR code that you scan on your phone. And as the site says, the more chocolate you devour, the better your chances of winning are. So here are the prizes. 10 people will fly out to compete in a Mr. Beast video. It's called Just Fly Out to Mr. Beast Chocolate Factory. He's basically recreating the movie. Someone's going to win a Tesla. You can win a Tesla Model 3, very expensive car. Some Sea-Doos or some jet skis, as other people like to say. The Sea-Doo boat. Some cool electric bikes. Some Beats by Dre. Cold Hard Cash, Turtle Beach headsets, a custom gaming computer, keyboard and mouse, and a lifetime of snacks from GoPuff. Mr. Beast, even more Mr. Beast burger discounts, Feastables merch, and that ends the large list of things you can buy. So basically, Mr. Beast has created, in this fashion, a snack company that hopefully sells good chocolate, but you can still win money. And I mean, that's how Mr. Beast videos operate. He's kind of bringing this concept that people know from the book, very popular book and movie, into real life, and then, making it his business. And I honestly think it's going to succeed. People love the sweepstakes. I think that the Lamborghini one, I would assume didn't do as well. I'm honestly not sure, but I know he did the sweepstakes a while back, where you could buy different Lamborghinis and you get like a toy Lamborghini, a Lamborghini like the little kids' cars that kids can drive, or like a real one at some point. But not many people, I think, would buy like a toy Lamborghini regularly. So although there was incentive, it was probably less attractive for people to buy that product because, I don't necessarily want a toy Lamborghini. But with the chocolate, no matter what, you're getting chocolate. You're getting chocolate, and that's something you can consume. Now, there's an added chance you're going to be in a Mr. Beast video, win a Tesla. So there's a lot more, in my opinion, validity to this contest, because you're all getting the product that you're buying a product, and you are definitely getting that product. And with like kind of Lamborghini one, there's a lot of variability that I think would have pushed a lot of people away. Now with the chocolate one, they don't have that variability. Plus, you could get a really cool prize. That's none of them are really like a lose, unless you live in the middle of a landlocked state or country, and they give you Sea-Doos. That would probably be kind of unfortunate. But going back to this, I think this is a really cool idea. The only thing that kind of makes me laugh a bit is in Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, they spoilers alert. This movie and book has been out for a while. But in case you haven't seen it, there's going to be some spoilers. The kids who go to the Chocolate Factory basically all die. So he's pitching this idea in real life, but the kids who go to the factory in the movie all die. I guess that hasn't stopped people before, as he did a real life Squid Game. But I just think it's funny how Mr. Beast keeps picking concepts where the kids all die. So, yeah, let's say that. Now, I listened to an interesting podcast myself from Reed. I think I don't know his full name. I think his handle's like Reed DJ on Twitter. He is the owner and I think like CEO of Night Media, which is the company that manages Mr. Beast, and he works very closely with Mr. Beast. And he was talking about him pitching this idea of Feastables, and Feastables is not only going to be a chocolate brand. I think their goal is to involve it into like an overall snack brand. So I think that they were almost first went with jerky, but then thought the chocolate idea would be easier to pitch in this sweepstakes fashion, which I think was a good move. Because although I think jerky has this like kind of like solidified group of lovers, I don't think everybody's into jerky. So their plan is to, I think, kind of basically branch this company out until they have all types of different Mr. Beast snacks. And they're serious about it. They got the CEO of this famous like protein bar brand, RX bars, and a big team, it seems like. Now, let's talk about this kind of in a more widely sense of YouTube. Now, this is a topic I think for its own video, because it kind of speaks to how the platform of YouTube is evolving. So, let's think about this. Years ago, you were a YouTuber and you would sell, I would think at most, maybe merch, right? Just merch. And that would be like sweatshirts, maybe some pins, a hat, and that was kind of it. And then we evolved into this era of kind of YouTubes, where people would sell like YouTuber figurines. Yeah, and they were, they did really well. A lot of people wanted to get their favorite Minecraft or creator or Fortnite creator, in their, room. And I think that was definitely an interesting idea. And, we've seen also people sell some more kind of plushies and other things like that. Those always do well. But those were a staple along with merch, so I think those are kind of a basic. A lot of people sell plushies, but, they've been kind of further along by YouTubes. And then we've had some, like, odd items here and there. Maybe, like, something that's unique to your community, like a time PewDiePie sold tambourines. And people do, like, custom, like, Ninja had shoes at one point, which is pretty crazy. Stuff like that. I mean, we've branched out, but, like, I feel like the farthest, outliers would be the shoes and the tambourine, but it wasn't totally out of reason. Now, what Mr. Beast is doing is definitely interesting because it's the first time I feel like what we're beginning to see is creators really branch away from like clothing. So what normally we see is, creators making clothing in items that are branded with themselves. You are buying a PewDiePie keyboard or PewDiePie tambourine because you like PewDiePie. That's just kind of how it works. You are buying insert favorite Minecrafters merch because you want their merch. That's kind of how it works. But we've started to see this trend into YouTubers creating like products that kind of go beyond them. We've seen, Cloak, Markiplier, and Jacksepticeye's company. And chances are, and I think Pokemon's the creative director, chances are, for the most part, you are, not for the most part, but for a larger part, you are going to buy, companies from them because you like Markiplier or Jacksepticeye. But it's a company that can now stand on its own. You could, perchance, come in there as a separate consumer and be like, oh, this is some cool clothing. I'm going to buy it. It has no, inclination that is Markiplier's or Jacksepticeye. It's not even a reference or anything like that. And then, we have companies like that. And then, again, we have started to get into food, which I think is a really interesting kind of atmosphere. This kind of like, industry to get into. We've seen a lot of, celebrities do it with alcohol. Like, I think The Rock has a tequila, Ryan Reynolds has a gin. So many other actors have their own alcohol products. And then The Rock has his own gear and protein drinks. So that's definitely within the realm of possibility, but seeing YouTubers do it is definitely a step in the direction of some bigger celebrityness happening. Because we're beginning to see the power that people carry with these online personas, these online followings. Not only can they make a company that is successful because they're kind of branded within it, but they're making a company that's successful because it's good. Now, I think the first to do it were, I don't know which came first, but the two that come to mind in my mind when I first think about kind of creator food is Mr. Beast, when he first did Mr. Beast Burger, which was a huge step, but also Jacksepticeye with top of the morning coffee. Now, what's interesting here is the creators both have their names on the product in some way. Well, not Jacksepticeye doesn't have a name on his product, but he has a very strong, like, you think top of the morning. If you're a Jacksepticeye fan, you immediately go, oh, that Jacksepticeye's catchphrase. So when looking at this, you're like, okay, they're both strongly associated to the product. It's not like they created it and later said, oh, this is actually my product. They have online followings, but they're both standalone companies. I don't think you are going to buy, you may initially buy, Jacksepticeye's coffee because you like them, but you're not going to continue to buy that just because you like them. It has to be good. And I think what we're seeing is these YouTubers making actual functioning food companies, which I just find absolutely crazy. They've taken this online following and they've created these separate entities. Because I think a lot of times merch kind of exists within, the creators. The point I'm trying to get to is merch generally exists within the creator's brand. What we're seeing is creators creating separate brands, but they're still parallel to those brands, but the brand is not directly connected to them. They have influence over, and although Mr. Beast's name may be on the burger company, it's not like you're buying that burger to show your approval for Mr. Beast. You may try it the first time, But why not go with Shake Shack at that point if it's not good? The creator's name gets you to take that first taste, that first, sip, but what holds you there is the actual company that then functions after. So it's kind of wild is how, they're evolving into these multi-brand businesses from making videos, which is absolutely insane. And for a lot of them, gaming, which is wild. And I think this is kind of going along with the boxing things, too. We can see that a lot of YouTubers are learning that, making videos is not the end-all, be-all. It's not just making merch. You can actually use this money and use the recognition you have and the following you have to create something that may be parallel to you but can separately exist on its own and be successful. And I think that's a big step in this sphere because it allows this platform and these celebrities to be a bit multi-dimensional, and it's a lot more opportunity for business. Another one to mention that has come out recently is KSI and Logan Paul recently made a sports drink together called Prime. And I think that's wild. Not only did they box each other and make a lot of money and were competitors, but they now came together to make a sports drink that's in Walmart. And having, just imagine this. You are walking down Walmart, just the middle of an aisle of Walmart. On your left, you see Mr. Beast, Feastable bars. On your right, you see Prime. Maybe Jacksepticeye eventually gets in stores with Tower of the Morning Coffee. It's wild. It's honestly wild. And I think that we're going to see a lot more of creators do this when they get the chance. Because I think that they want to create things that go beyond them, that go beyond their persona. And you can still be attached to it, name-wise, but I just think it's a place for exponential success. I also think we're going to see a lot of failure. I haven't tried this. Maybe this bar sucks. Maybe the burger sucks. Maybe the drink sucks. But they have the resources to do it. So we're going to see a lot more of it, whether we like it or not. Because they're going to get that initial person to taste it. When you go to a store, I know I'm being very repetitive here, so we'll kind of end on this note. When you go to a store and you see two new drinks, right? You see two new drinks. One of them is... two of them are like chocolate milk. We'll just say chocolate milk. Now, one of them is a chocolate milk brand that looks pretty good. Bottle's appealing. The other one's also pretty appealing. But on the other one is, it's Michael Reeves chocolate milk. He would probably brand it in a weird way. But you go and you look. And you want some chocolate milk. You're going to try something new. Which do you go with? You like Michael Reeves, so you're going to try his. If it's not good, you'll stop. But he got you to try his. And if it's good, you're going to keep buying it, as you would any product. But with that name recognition, you're going to try his first. It makes you buy the first bottle, and then if it's good, you'll stay with it. And that has so much power in itself. Because think about how many products that probably just are, left behind. They're great, but they're just not really discovered. It's probably a lot. So I think that this YouTuber name recognition is definitely going to be used throughout the next few years, and we're really going to see it. I think that is going to be it for this podcast. We have a lot of reviews, so let me go over them. Spotify has been pretty good in itself. I think we're at like 35 reviews now, and they're all pretty good. I really appreciate that. So first, let me start with the American reviews. The Thug is back. Thank you for another really nice review. I'm not going to read it all out loud, but I read it before this, and I really appreciate that. That makes me feel really good. It just makes me want to keep making content, which is really cool. Next, we have a review from Australia, from Nas. They say, great. I've only done 2, and I am hooked. That is awesome. I really appreciate that. 5 stars only after 2. If you want to get more involved, maybe post a suggestion of something you want. But I really appreciate your support there, man. That's why this podcast is able to keep, functioning as well as it does, because people give it a try. Okay, continuing on. Epic Raxo, in Germany. They say amazing. Really good content. Learned so much about content creators that I never knew about. I always look forward to the next train ride so I can continue listening. And then the super relaxing voice. Thank you. That is super cool. To know I'm a part of some of your daily commutes and some of your daily mornings is really awesome. Because I listen to podcasts a lot too. That's kind of, I like podcasts. That's why I make one. And I understand how cool it can be to look forward to something. So the fact that some of you have that same feeling about my content is really special to me. And I hope I can make that train ride a little bit better. And thank you for the compliment on my voice. So a few things. Something that you have kind of been waiting for, at least some of you, is I, in fact, did create a Discord. You asked for it, and I hope I can deliver. I'm going to try to post the link in this podcast description. I'm not sure if it will work. I don't know where else I can post it, but I'll try. I'm kind of, at least myself, unfamiliar with being a Discord server owner, so I'm going to try my best to see how this thing's work. I've tried to set up a suggestions channel and everything, so we'll see how it goes. I hope you guys enjoy that, and I think I have enough time, which I believe I will this week. We are going to get to a creator review that you guys have been asking for in the past, which is the Minecrafter SB737. I'm going to be trying to review him this week. Obviously, I cannot review the 30 episodes I think they're on now of 100 blank days in Minecraft, but I will definitely try to review all I can with them and produce a really good episode on that. Thank you guys so much for supporting. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.